Hello viewer, I hope you had a good time. Today we have a lesson that is history and government lesson in Form 1 lesson 8. I will be your teacher, Mr. John Gatuma. In our previous lesson we were looking at the species, the non-homo species, and we discussed three of non-homo species. We discussed the Australopithecus, we discussed Dryopithecus, Pittacus, and Australopithecus. And therefore I gave you some assignment. The question that I gave you is, what does the term Zinjanthropus means? As we were discussing the Australopithecus, we said Australopithecus is also known as the Zinjanthropus. And we said that it is known as the Zinjanthropus, meaning southern ape. And this is because the fossil of Australopithecus was discovered in southern Africa, a place that is known as the Taung. That is in the year 1924. In today's lesson we shall continue. In today's lesson we shall continue on the non-homo species. And today we want to look at a species of Australopithecus. The species of Australopithecus. We said Australopithecus is one of the species that was discovered in the southern Africa, place that is known as the Taung. And Australopithecus is divided into four. There are four species of Australopithecus that we are going to discuss today. These species of Australopithecus, there are four. One, we have Australopithecus anamensis. Two, that we are going to discuss in this particular lesson, is Australopithecus afarensis. And third, we have Australopithecus africanus. And lastly, we shall discuss Australopithecus robustus. Beginning with Australopithecus anamensis, this is a species that was it lived 4 million years ago. And this is found at Kanapoi and Alia Bay, that is in West Lake Takana, in 1965 by Dr. Mary Ricky. And the four fossils, it was discovered by the four fossil hunters, the hunters who are looking after these fossils. And this is a good picture of Australopithecus anamensis and its skull. And Australopithecus anamensis, this is a species that was discovered in Lake Takana. And these fossils this hominid was discovered at Kenapoi, as we have said, and Alia Bay, along the shores of the Takana, and it was found by the Mary Leakey. So this species lived 4 million years ago, and looking at its features, you look at the species, how it looked like. It looked like the monkey or an ape. That's why we are discovering or discussing the non-homo species. The second species that we have on Australopithecus, we have Australopithecus afarensis. The Australopithecus afarensis, this is the one that followed Australopithecus anamensis, and it lived 3 million years ago. That is MYA, 3 million years ago. And this species was a southern ape. From afar, it's known as a far triangle, as it was founded in Hada, a far region of Ethiopia. It is known as a far triangle. So Australopithecus afarensis, it lived 3 million years ago. And afarensis, this species was found in Hada, and we have said Hada is near a far triangle or a far depression that is in north central Ethiopia. And similar fossils were found in Maka, that is in Hada in Ethiopia, and also in Liontori in northern Tanzania. So the fossil date between 3 to 4 million years ago, and this is usually short. This hominid is usually short. Looking at the picture, the representation of Australopithecus afarensis, we have these pictures that it's good you see them. We have said that this is usually short. The height of this species, hominid, is usually short. And look at the scar. You can see how it look like, just like the ape. It is an ape-like creature. And therefore, Australopithecus afarensis, it was progressed by the Australopithecus africanus, or the southern ape. We shall discuss this. So the third species of Australopithecus, we have Australopithecus africanus. We have said it followed Australopithecus afarensis, and this species lived between 3 to 2.5 million years ago. It is also called the slender or gracilis. Gracilis means small. So this species is very small. Look at the physical features. It is usually small. The species was founded or discovered in southern Africa at sites such as the Taung. You say Taung, that is at the southern part of Africa. And it was discovered in 1924. It was also discovered in South African the site such as the Stankofontein and also Makapansgat. That is in 1935 and 1948 respectively. So the species, that is the Australopithecus africanus, it is usually slender or small in size, and therefore this hominid, the average height is usually 1.4 meters. It had a small canine teeth and large molars. This is looking at its image. This is Australopithecus africanus. Looking at the skull, this is how the skull is. And the skull, we have said, it has got a small canine teeth and large molars. So its brain capacity, because this is a development right from Australopithecus afarensis, Africanus usually has a capacity, brain capacity, a cranium capacity of 450 to 550 cc. That is the cranium capacity. The fourth species and the last, we have the Australopithecus robustus. The Australopithecus robustus, this is the most recently in that order, and lived between 2.5 to 1.5 million years ago. So Australopithecus robustus is also known as Australopithecus boisei. It is also known as Australopithecus boisei. It is also known as Australopithecus boisei. So this species was discovered in South Africa in 1938. And these species are basically the same, though they are they have inhabited different regions. So the fossils of the Australopithecus robustus were found in the southern part. We have said the southern part of Africa, and to be specific, this southern part of Africa is known as the Swartkrans, and also Kromdraai in South Africa. So the Australopithecus boisei, they were found in East Africa. So they are also found in East Africa. So and the species, they are small. Looking at the physical features, they are usually small, and it lived between 2 to 1.5 million years ago. This is the Robustus, Australopithecus robustus, and also its scar. The Australopithecus robustus, looking at its scar, as it was found in the southern, it is also known as the southern ape, or the boisei. It is known as the boisei because it was found in East Africa. And the South Africa, it was the Swartkrans and the Kromdraai. So Australopithecus boisei, there's a continuation of this because we have said it's the same. It was discovered by anthropologist, that is the Mary Leakey, in July 17, 1959 at Olduvai Gorge, that is in Tanzania, East Africa. So Mary and her husband, that is Louis Leakey, classified the find as the Zanziropas. That's why we have said southern ape. Zanziropas come from the word Zinj, and Zinj is a medieval East Africa region of Zinj. The medieval East African region is known as the Zinj. So this species was discovered in East Africa, and to be specific, that is Olduvai Gorge by anthropologist that is Mary and her husband Royce Leakey. The Australopithecus boisei, the species that was discovered in East Africa, its brain, it has got a brain volume it's usually small. The brain volume is usually small, and it's about 500 to 550 centimeter cubed, or cc cranium capacity. Australopithecus boisei, this is a picture of Australopithecus boisei. It is just the same as Australopithecus robustus, but there is a slight development as far as the physical features are concerned. It is also known as the Nutcracker. And it was well preserved. It was well preserved cranium nicknamed the Nutcracker, and it was dated 1.75 million years ago. This is a Nutcracker. Looking at the physical features of the Australopithecus boisei, a Nutcracker, it means that it could crack some nuts because it had a stronger jaw. The molars were much stronger that could crash, and therefore nicknamed as Nutcracker man. So this is the end of our lesson today, having looked at the 4 species of Australopithecus. Then Australopithecus, they are collectively known as Australopithecines, and we have categorized them into 4. That is Australopithecus afarensis, Australopithecus africanus, Australopithecus robustus, and Australopithecus boisei. There are 4 species. And up to that, it's the end of our lesson today. And as usual, I want to leave you with some assignment. You answer this question as part of your assignment, and in our next lesson, I will pick from here. The question is, you identify 4 types of Australopithecines. You identify 4 types of Australopithecines. We have said the 4 types of Australopithecus, they are collectively known as Australopithecines. So identify 4 types of Australopithecus. So for this and much more on what we have learned today, you can contact us by SMSing your question on the number on your screen. That is the number 22518. The number is 22518. And also you can get us through the Facebook page. Facebook page is Elimu TV, and you follow us on Twitter handle, that is at ElimuTV_KE. So thank you. I'm glad that you are watching Elimu TV. That is your TV station where you watch and learn. And stay tuned until we meet in the next lesson. I have been your teacher, Mr. John N. Gatuma.